everybody, Matt again from Notes and Knobs. Great to see you. So recently there was this Tone Master update, firmware update, 1.7 I think is what it is, on the Tone Master. So instead of going through all of them, because there's a ton of videos out there, I just want to show you kind of some of the new pedal. First of all, it's a great update. But in this video, I'm specifically going to use some of the new gear and the new stuff added inside, effects and so forth, to dial in a nice 80s kind of Dann Huff type tone. Now, full disclosure, if you are tuning in to learn some Dann Huff licks, then for God's sake, let me know who's going to be here, because I want to get them too. But anyway, stick around. Don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a ton of comments. It's always a great day for great gear. Let's get to it. All right, so let's dive in. So this firmware this firmware update was pretty sweet, man. It's got some nice stuff in it. But specifically, I want to talk about kind of dialing in a Dann Huff tone. Now, I'm a huge Dann Huff fan. I learned about him. Of course, obviously, I heard him as a kid playing on all those, rock records and so forth, but didn't realize it then. Steve Lukather is obviously on my Mount Rushmore, but I heard him first on like a Tracy Lawrence records. That's when I first kind of identified, Dann Huff. So, and some Clint Black records and a bunch of others. Just a phenomenal player. But anyway, this sound's kind of coming back, and I think a lot of it has to do with that 90s thing is back. Thank God. That 90s country's back with bands like Zach Top, and shout out to William Bagby, who has the Zach Top gig now. Well deserved, my friend. So at any rate, the biggest reason this stuff came about, that chorusy sound, was cutting through the mix, man. So yeah, let's dive in and listen to that. So just full disclosure, I am running, this is an 89 Strat I've had for a long time. Just stock, the original pickups in it. Nothing fancy, no mods, other than the back tone control, which most guys do, is modded. Now, most of them come this way nowadays, but it is modded to where it works the tone on this back bridge pickup like a Telecaster or something would. Running into the Tone Master, into Studio One. I'm not adding anything in Studio One, so there's zero effects. I have nothing added. So I do want to add real fast, I'm editing this video. I do have the outboard EQ, the GE7 or whatever it is on my board. That's literally for a couple guitars that I have, that just when I switch guitars in sets between Telecaster or whatever, I use that to thicken up, for this guitar, thicken up that tone and add a touch of volume. So that's just specific for guitars so that they're level. And I use outboard right now for this because I don't want to burn up an entire thing on the Tone Master just for that. So just wanted to disclose that to you. Okay, here we go. So here's just my blank tone. This is on the second position. There's also always debate about which one's first and which one's second. I call this second position, which means it's these two pickups. It's that classic Strat sound, All right, got the tone rolled back a little bit. So there's my basic setup. I'm using, and oh, by the way, I'll put this tone, or I'll put this preset in the description for you if you want it. You may want it just so you can burn it. I don't know, but I'm using a Mesa on this, and I believe this was already in before the update, but there's the settings for that. I do have an EQ on. That's what it looks like there. Here it is bypassed. It's just real subtle. All right. Just taking out some of that harshness. Let's go back here. All this effects loop, just full disclosure, I've got one of the Digitech drop pedals on this particular board. That is the virtual capo or whatever inside the Tone Master. It sounds great by itself, but for me, when I add it in front of effects or add it with a bunch of stuff, it just doesn't sound as good. So all that is an effects loop going to this drop when and if I ever need it. So I play for a lot of female artists, and unfortunately you got to use that every now and then. All right, so let's go ahead and add some compression. So here's the compressor I'm using, this studio compressor. So okay, I actually wanted to add a little more gain. I like my compressor to bump it up just a little bit. Just don't want it to go pop, 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 pop. All right. There we go. Okay, so there's the setting for that. This needs new strings. All right. Now, let's go ahead and add, I don't want to show that yet. Okay, let's go ahead and add in this, let's just add in the delay. Okay, so this is a new one. So for me, I haven't even looked yet. I'm assuming this is based off like the Lexicon, which I'm a big fan of. But this is what I'm using for the delay. Now remember, it always sounds like way more than you need. It gets lost in the mix. So let's take this off. So I always like my feedback, my mix to be lower with more trails. Okay? And a lot of times I would even add more trails, but because of one of these new reverbs in here, I didn't do that. Really pretty. Really, really like that delay. Here it is again without it. Here it is with it. Very nice. All right, so there's the settings for that. Next, let's add in this chorus. So I'm using this 3D chorus. And this is one of the units, the old originals that Dan had in his rack. And you can find video of him talking about that. And they all sound good, but so let's unbypass that. Sounds really good. So we're already getting there. Before I forget, I've got this volume pedal. You know, pedal order's a big deal. But for me, this is how I run it most of the time. I have my pedal here because when I let off of it, I want to still have my trails. So when I push that down, I don't want my trails to stop. Okay. The other reason is if you put it before the distortion, then you're only adding so much guitar signal in before it hits the distortion. I want it to have the full distortion coming to the volume pedal, and then as I add the volume, it's still the full blast of what I want. So that's kind of the big reason there and the main reason. Okay. So again, here's this chorus off, and let's turn this delay off just so you can kind of get an idea of this chorus. And you're going to notice when we add that reverb, it's really going to... So there it is without the delay. Let's turn the chorus on. And I'll tell you, man, all these sound good. That's 1-4, but if I do 1-2. Let's get it with this delay to get the full effect here. All right. Let's try another one here. Let's do 1 and 3. They all sound really good. They're kind of real subtle differences, to be honest. But they sound, well, dadgummit, do I know how to use this thing? There we go. Let's do 2 and 3. A little thicker. Really, I mean, all these, to be honest, it really doesn't matter what order. 2 and 4. They all sound good. There's really not a a bad setting on it. All right. Good grief. What am I doing wrong here? I'm so used to just using the pedal that I can't work the dadgum thing. Oh, you got to press right there. Okay. I mean, that sounds really good. I really don't know. There's one where I had it. There's a Danny Huff lick. Cool. All right, so I'm going to leave it on 1 and 4. Now, here's one of the new, with the firmware update, this Ascension Convolution Hall. Good grief, am I saying that right? So I really like this pedal. So I'm going to take off the delay, and I'm going to take off the chorus just to give you an idea what it sounds like by itself. Okay, so here's dry again. And here it is kicking this sucker on. Really pretty. One of the cool things is this widener. I don't know how well that comes through on whatever you're listening through, but it really does, man. It makes it sound big. All right, so now I actually want just a touch more of that. All right, so now when we put these together, we're going to be closer to our target now. So here we go. Really pretty. Man, it just has a really, right, and that kind of gets lost in mixes. And I have used this setting live already, and man, sounds really good. Sounds huge in your ears. So here's one of the new ones, man. I love this. Let's look at this XO boost, which is probably just an exotic booster, which I've got a couple of them sitting over here. Just to add a little bit of stuff here. I don't have it on much. Here it is off. Thickens it up too. All right, let's add a little bit of gain to that. Make it louder. It's a great pedal. In fact, let me turn this stuff off to give you a little better idea what that's doing here. So here it is bypassed. Turned on. Tell you what, it's doing a great job of, and that's thickening up tone, which is really what I used mine for, is just kind of thickening up your tone. Great addition, you know, definitely can use it as a boost pedal. I'm just using it here to kind of thicken it. Right? Oh, it was bypassed. So if you're using it as a boost, great pedal. All right, so let's leave that on. Well, let's turn it off for a second. Here's another addition, and that's this Blues Maker. Well, we all know that this is obviously based off the Boss Blues Driver. I've got one over here too, but it's one of the Keeley modded ones. But man, what a pedal! So here we are, drive. Here's with it. Sounds really good. Great pedal. Great pedal. I'm using that just to add just a touch. Just a touch in there. All right, so let's do this. Now this I'm kind of running most of the time. Let's turn this delay back on. All right. Now we want some of that bitey cut through. I mean, it just sounds. No Eric Johnson licks though. Just a great sound. All right, so now let's add, and you can tell, let's turn this off. Let's turn it back on. Just thickens it up. Man, beautiful. All right, so now let's add, if we want a little drive, this Blues Maker. So I turned that gain up, and I shouldn't have. Let me turn that gain back down. That's what Vince Gill used on his. If you hear him playing overdrive, this is what you're hearing. Let's turn that down just a little more. Gives it that nice beautiful tone, man. Yeah. Leave me a comment. Tell me what you think. How would you use it? Really like this delay, but just this nice, clean. Right? I tell you what, it also works great, and the way I used it here recently was with a whammy bar. Just filling up space in between some of these ballads and so forth. Let me grab that, and we'll see what it sounds like. All right, yeah, so like I said, you can use it. And I don't have my volume pedal at my feet, but a lot of times I'll swell into that stuff, But it really, really, when you're cutting through, of course you can. Play some pretty stuff with that. And we kick in. Now this humbucker is going to grab it more. New string, she's going out of tune, but man, the point is you can really fill a lot of space with that kind of sound, right? Swell in, swell out, and that chorus and just that sound makes you cut through the mix. And then when you're doing, really allows you to help to cut through. And then you can just turn the delay off if you're kind of doing some of that stuff. All right, maybe turn the reverb down. So, man, it just, and you know, there's a lot of jazzers out there who, those Pat Metheny guys, you know. You know, if you're a jazzer, you know, you're just trying to get your sweeps heard or something, add a little verb, changes the whole thing, man. It really widens that tone. And that delay, man, when you're doing ballads, like if you're chiming, it catches it. It's beautiful for that. Anyway, sounds great. You can use it for a lot of different things. Just great at filling space. So, listen, I hope this was helpful. Again, I'll leave a link for it in the description below. You can have it for free if you want it. If not, no hard feelings. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. Don't forget, you can always check out my other channel where I do tutorials at mattsmusicacademy.com, or Matt's Music Academy is the channel. And then if you're interested in any of the gear we have, please check out the links below. Full disclosure, you buy something, I do get paid. It's kind of how the world works, ain't it? But I really appreciate you. I hope you got something out of this. Check out more of my other videos and a lot more coming soon. It's always a great day for great gear. I'll see you next time.